Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of the Skylanders Imaginators Soul Seekers series here on the channel. Today is going to be quite an exciting one because we're going to be tackling the Lair of Chaos, but then once we get to the final boss fight at the end, as per the regular fashion in the Soul Seeker series, we're going to be playing through the Chaos boss fight, but leaving all of that off screen because the Chaos boss fight in and of itself is going to be part of the grand finale when we eventually get there, because this series, let's just say we're not even remotely close to having been halfway there yet. We have a lot more Imaginite to collect, and the Imaginite pieces, collecting all 100% of them is required for 100% game completion, and that we must acquire before we defeat Chaos in what will be the grand finale. So like I said, we're going to play through this level, and then when we get to the Chaos boss fight, I'm going to play through it, cut it out of the video, and then for the video's sake we'll cut back to when we're collecting the Imaginite chest as for reward for the Chaos boss battle, because obviously on film we want to have the moment where I actually acquired those rewards for the first time from defeating Chaos in and of itself. So without further ado, the Undead element pops up, so it's time for the grand return of Pit Boss, a character we haven't seen for a while here. And man, this is a very warm welcome back indeed, because Pit Boss is a bit of a beast, and we're going to see that unfold right here before us. At least hopefully we are, because if he dies here, that would be tragic and annoying. You know, a very painful combination that. Yeah, it's going to be weird fighting through the Chaos boss fight and then having to cut it all out of the video, but at least I'll be able to cut back to when we claim those rewards from the Chaos boss fight, because obviously, as that's Imaginite, we want to collect it on camera right there. And now let's continue killing these guys. They had it coming for looking for any other reason. I mean, I don't really need any other reason. It's perfectly justified to commit murder against things that look at you funny. Okay, here we go. Let's take down this fool over here. Obviously, a fool thinking they can take on Pit Boss and win. Oh, never mind. I mean, he didn't win, per se, but he did get a nasty hit on me, so that's more than what most enemies can see when they go against Pit Boss. But now with that being said, life is stronger here, so let's bring in Crash Bandicoot and hope he doesn't die so soon. I mean, I do know he has basically negative health, so an enemy just needs to look at you funny and you will be defeated by it, but hopefully that's not going to spell out our defeat here. I have hope that Crash Bandicoot can at least last 30 seconds in this level, especially with this here life buff, which is really, so far, going a long way. Let's take him out some more, that's what we're talking about. Yeah! Now Crash Bandicoot has some really fun combos. His moveset flows together really well. That's like the one thing I can praise about this character. Boom, baby, explosions! And explosions too. Explosions are great. Love me a good explosion. So let's be using our disembodied prison break arms. And man, this got dark quick talking about disembodied prison break arms. But that's essentially what they are, so it's what I'm going to call them out for being. But we're going to use those, and then obviously with that puzzle having been completed, we've now got more enemies to move on to, and some pizza that I don't even need, because by some miracle Crash Bandicoot hasn't gotten hit yet, which is a good thing, because he couldn't exactly withstand many of those, could he, as we've established with that health bar at 450. It sure is a good thing he has multiple lives on top of that, so his health bar is actually a little bit more closer to 3 times that, because of the double extra lives we get. Anyway, Undead is back, so without further ado, let's take Crash Bandicoot off the portal, and we are going to put Pit Boss back onto portal again. But since this is for Lair of Chaos even, and I apologise for that stutter right there, but since this is Lair of Chaos for the last base level of the game, I think we deserve something a little bit more special than regular Pit Boss, so instead, much like Tri-Tip, we're going to switch out for his legendary version instead, give our Imaginators another nice buff whilst we're at it, because obviously this being the first time we've placed the legendary Pit Boss onto portal means the maximum level of our Imaginators is about to be increased. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're all the way up to 43, man. Those levels have really crept up quite quickly. The enemies really did not see it coming. What I did not see coming is how upgraded this character is. Oh boy, we're in trouble now. So without further ado, before I die, let's seek out the soul of Chaos. The very last sensei we had yet to have seeked out the soul for. So without further ado, let's preview and see what it is we're in for. Okay, now that we're back from that preview, let's finish off this fall, because then I have a plan to make Legendary Pit Boss a little less basic, shall we say. Okay, let's take him out some more. Now that that's been said and done with, that experience was not nearly enough to level us up to level 5, which is tragic. But what's not so tragic is that I can use magic items to acquire some quick cash for Legendary Pit Boss. So at the bare minimum, he will at least have all of his upgrades moving forward, because we need this character to be as powerful as possible, given that we have a particularly tough battle gong sequence coming up. So yes, when it comes to upgrades, more is for merrier. And then once we're done with this level, not only are we going to cut out for the Chaos boss fight at the end, and up until the point where we collect those Imaginate pieces for the first time as a reward for the boss fight, but then after that we're going to conduct some cleanup. We're going to go to the Academy and place some legendary selfie frames, and then place enough selfies within those frames to acquire some completionist goals. So yes, as you can tell, this is a very effective means of acquiring treasure quickly for your senseis. Just taking all of our previous pieces of plastic that we collected for 5 years straight, all of the battle pack pieces, adventure pack pieces, magic items, just pop on the portal one after the other and watch as for gold rises, because every single one of these pieces, as you can tell, is giving us 520 treasure, so that I cannot complain about. What I kind of complain about is, like I said earlier, spending all of these years collecting all these pieces of plastic only for them to be relatively useless in this game. That is, unless you need upgrades. Otherwise, they fulfill up on their purpose perfectly right there. So let's see if that is enough money for our upgrades. I really do miss winning sapphires in this game, because with those we would have been able to obviously acquire these upgrades a lot more cheaper. So we're going to go with the top path here, because my regular pit boss has a bottom path, so it's worthwhile taking the top path here, so then I have one pit boss down either pathway. And apparently having enough treasure here is asking far too much, so let's continue to back out again. Luckily for me, I have plenty more where that came from, in the form of traps and other items right here. So yes, with those that I just placed on the portal, we do at least have enough for one more of these upgrades, and hopefully with some of the more treasures I'm going to be collecting through this level, that will be the final nail in the coffin that Pit Boss needs, pun intended with him being an undead character and all, but by nail in the coffin I mean the final upgrade in this chamber, which will actually be the nail in the coffin for the enemies at least, given how brutal this guy is when he's fully upgraded. So let's pop through here, something that I could have done the first time around, because that saved me from having to go left, right, and then left again. But instead, here we are doing exactly that, rather than going right and then left. It just means a little bit of a time waste. But hey, this whole sequence, having to collect treasure for this guy, has been a little bit of a time waste, to say the least. Now we have a ladybug head, that's pretty sweet. So let's open up this treasure and hope that we're going to get enough treasure from said chest over here to acquire his final few upgrades. We certainly are making our way slowly towards it. We need 1,700, I believe. Is that going to do it for us? Just barely it is. That's fantastic. Let's kill this guy and see if he's going to give us enough experience to, of course, level this guy up. Because level 5 is not a particularly ideal level for the battle gongs now, is it? So let's finish taking him out. So before he runs the race right there. And no, apparently level 5 is asking for too much. Okay, let's finish off this fellow as well whilst we're at it. Boom! I almost feel sorry for him right there. Almost, at least. Almost doesn't quite count now, does it? So there's our level 5 that we were seeking out before. You guys thought it was souls we were seeking out, but instead it was level ups for a very under-leveled legendary pit boss over here. So without further ado, let's finally acquire that last upgrade in our chamber. And then we're going to take ownership of the character whilst we're here in this screen, because why the hell not there, right? So here we go, all the way to the left after having been at the right, after having been at the left. Yes, it's just that really weird, terrible routing system that I came up with for no good reason whatsoever. Say, a more efficient route would have been to have gone right first, but obviously I didn't quite think that far ahead now, did I? Okay, watch out for Explodey Dude. Never mind, Explodey Dude is going to hit me anyway. How rude indeed. Die, 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 die. Please don't tell me I spent all this time to acquire an upgrade for this guy for no reason whatsoever. That would be very annoying and tragic, as we've mentioned already. If I knew this guy was only at level 5, I wouldn't have bothered. But you know what, at least we've made this like exploration of the very last base level in the game that little bit more exciting. You know, it's got to feel like an honorary finale event, because as I mentioned previously, whilst this is the final base level of the game, in terms of the series, we've barely just begun. So let's get selfie moding up, because, you know, we have quite the pool of snakes beneath us. And that's going to give us a reward, as it's a selfie spot. As you saw right there, I went through off camera and deleted a bunch of selfies, so now we have plenty of room for more of them, if and where we need them. So yes, there's going to be more treasure up here for us, not that we need it, but you know what, more treasure is the merrier. Watch out for his attack right there, which we did, yay me. That's awesome. And now we have more enemies to deal with, because why wouldn't we have more enemies to deal with, right? Okay, senseis are stronger here, that's convenient. It basically means that if this dude is to fall, then we can swap out for whatever character we like. And we've also chosen Pit Boss here for the exact reason that he's a little bit less of a loss compared to other senseis, because he has at least completed his sensei shrine. So we've garnered that reward we need for 100% completion, so losing him doesn't lock us out from 100% completion. Though I'd still prefer, obviously, not to lose him at all, because Pit Boss is great and a lot of fun, and his loss will be felt throughout the remainder of the series, that's for sure. Boom, boom, let's shake up the room some more, yeah! Okay, cool, he's out here. We just need all of his companions to fall too. Maybe even level us up along the way. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Die, 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 die. Apparently saying die over and over again does not result in death of the enemies. Oh, never mind, I guess it does. The enemies changed their mind. They did, in fact, choose death after all. Okay, cool. He's out here, and soon his little friend will be too. Told you so, but we haven't quite leveled up to level 6, which would have been nice. But maybe we'll do it mid-battle gong and be able to restore our health in the nick of time. That would be perfection incarnate right there, that would. Anyway, let's finish with the disembodied prison break hands first and foremost. If only those jetpack clones were actually useful, and they could also be utilised for battle gong sequence, that would make things a lot less hellish for me. Without further ado, let's tackle what I deem as the hardest battle gong in the video game. And we're going to be doing it with a level 5 character. Wish me luck, for I am going to need it. Okay, here we go. If this is to be Pit Boss's last stand, I'm glad that it is at least his legendary version that we've been exploring. Okay, cool. Let's take down some enemies some more. This is really demanding of my concentration. Okay, watch out. I was about to say watch out for Shockwave, but my cooldown was a bit too intense on the pools of snakes right there. Whatever the fuck the attack is called. Okay, watch out for projectiles, which we did. I really need some food right now, but I'd rather wait until after I level up, because leveling up is healing in and of itself, so that's my better chances. Woohoo! That's what we're getting close right there for comfort. Okay, we're playing this extremely safe, but safe is what wins the race, I guess. You ever heard of the story of the tortoise and the hare? Because that is a very important moral that I want you to remember as we go through this lame gameplay sequence. I only pressed the triangle button once, but the game registered it twice, and then the cooldown took so fucking long that I couldn't jump over for Shockwave in time. So never mind about the story of the tortoise and the hare. At least this reinforces the importance of the story. So since I can swap out for whichever sensei I like, given that once again Flare Wolf is a character that has tackled a sensei shrine already, we're going to swap out for him, because losing him, just like Pit Boss, isn't as big a deal as all of the other senseis that haven't yet tackled their sensei shrines. Plus, this guy's not going to die anyway. Okay, this guy is like Pit Boss but with steroids. He's that good right there. Right when you thought you could get any better than Pit Boss and all. So yes, this guy should be fine. Keyword here is should. That doesn't mean he will be. Trust me, when it comes to my gameplay, could and should are two very different things. Okay, watch out for everything. I don't even need to watch out for everything, because the game said no. Okay, I armoured any damage I was supposed to take right there. Okay, let's take these guys out some more because we can, and we can also rocket to the moon. Oh yeah. Ow, I took damage. That's inconvenient. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's rocket through here because I can knock everything back as I rocket away, which is great. And there's some much needed pizza. I'm glad I left that behind for Flare Wolf right here, who has the better chance of surviving the sequence compared to Pit Boss. Who, you know, if he defeated an enemy and leveled up, definitely, potentially could have made it, but that was asking too much. Okay, cool. That's a very small amount of the enemies gone, but an amount of the enemies gone all the same. We are well out of the way of that Shockwave. Not out well out of the way of the other projectile, however. I thought we would have been, but, you know, I wasn't. I made a huge miscalculation there, a huge lapse in judgment on my behalf. Okay, watch out for your projectiles. Okay. This is what happens when you commentate, live commentate that is. You know, without the live commentary right now, we'd probably be doing a lot better, but then the video would be a lot less entertaining. So what's the point of the video in the first place if it's not entertaining? I'd rather have a live commentary over for good gameplay. That is definitely not an excuse for bad gameplay. Absolutely not. Where would you get that idea from? How preposterous an idea. Okay, let's take out some more of these enemies, because apparently I haven't taken down enough as it is. I mean, I feel like I have, but the game feels differently about it. Because yes, we're not even halfway there yet. I told you this battle gong is easily the hardest in the game, and I meant it. Okay, let's take him out. Well, at least knock him back, so then he can't be hitting us in the meantime. Oh man, I'm so glad that punch didn't land there. That would have been a very brutal punch indeed. Okay, there goes some more of them. Okay, here we go. We've got to be very careful with that dash attack right there after the shockwave, in case we accidentally dash into the outer bounds of the shockwave in attempting to dodge it. That is something that I have done before. In fact, that is a very reason why I've failed this gong challenge before. So learn from your mistakes, they say. Okay, here we go. Luckily, I think from here it's just all of the melee dudes, which for a ranged character like Flarewolf, it's a lot easier to have to deal with. Okay, cool, the big guy is down. I repeat, the big guy is down. And one of the melee dudes still managed to get a punch in there. That's a bit rude. Okay, here we go. Not only can I knock down one of them, but I can knock down every other enemy around it too. Okay, up we go. Yes! This is why Flarewolf is as good as he is. This part, I love this part. Okay, watch out for him, which we did. Yay us. Boom, boom, shake it for rooms, and oh yeah. Dashing through the enemies in a one-horse open cannon, I guess it is, because for some reason my mind goes to Christmas in the middle of June. I'm recording this. By the time this goes live, it'll be July more's about, which means that we're halfway through the year, so Christmas is right around the corner. Definitely the best time for making such terrible songs right there. And may I also re-emphasise that this is why I don't sing. First re-emphasise the importance of the tortoise and the hare moral, and now I'm re-emphasising the importance in my lack of singing in publicly available services such as YouTube videos. This is not a public service, this is a public nuisance. Okay, take him out some more. Don't tell me this is another StarCast situation where one of the enemies is off screen and I can't kill him, and therefore this results in the battle gong being incompletable. Like, don't you dare, after having lost Pit Boss, give me another fucking StarCast situation. This level is so jank and really does re-emphasise, like how I was re-emphasising earlier, stuff like Tortoise and Hare story. This battle gong sequence re-emphasises the lack of polish in Imaginators. Luckily, we were able to defeat the final enemy in the end, so all of this sacrifice wasn't in vain. It wasn't for nothing. So without further ado, let's check out our ultimate gear. We have to do shoulder guards. Now, we could have left the battle gong for the second time around in this level, ensuring that Pit Boss wasn't defeated along the way, but I wanted to make sure that we got this battle gong out of the way, because I didn't want to have to come back here and then waste time when attempting the speedrun objective. I'm not sure if the battle gong even counts towards the speedrun objective in terms of how long you take to get through the level, but you know, we're playing it safe enough words and ensuring that when we come back through this level for the speedrun, we don't need to worry about any certain battle gong sequences slowing us down. Oh boy, not that guy, anyone but that guy. So Flarewolf's health might be looking pretty rough right now. It won't be looking rough, not for much longer. Told you so. So we're going to let Flarewolf heal up, and then we're going to swap out for a magic character. Once Jetpack shuts up, that is, because apparently he just couldn't help himself but speak. And it's a shame that what he says kind of sucks a bit, like, you know, the rest of the character and all that. So for a magic character here, we are going to go with Mr. Cat. because Mr. Cat is pretty brutal, and I'm confident, just like Flarewolf, that they can stay alive. Fourth, they are very good at doing that, being how good at the game Mr. Cat truly is, and how underrated too. Like, people really sleep in this character. So much better than people let on. Okay, let's take him out some more. Oh, I'm gonna get to your castle, Kaos. You can count on it. So without further ado, selfie time. And obviously I'm taking a selfie, not of anything to do with the character on the screen right now. I'd way rather take a selfie of Kaos's handsome game show mug right there. Well, not mug in of itself, obviously. By mug, I mean mug shot, the face and everything. Though I do think that face in a mug would be a very glorious mug, to say the least. That was rude! That blocked me and made it so that enemy was able to punch me in the end. How very rude indeed. But hey, if we take too much damage along the way, then that's what we have magic Healy circles for. Yay for magic Healy circles, I guess. Okay, this guy's got to go. As do all of his little friends too. But here I am realising that, hey, I don't even need to fight these guys right now. So how's about I cease wasting time and just get myself the hell out of here. Because I can. Boom! Take my projectile, well, not even a projectile attack, take my sneaky melee attack to the face. Earth is stronger here, so without further ado, let's swap out for our Earth Bazooka. Oh yeah! Donut Zuka for the win. I love that Donut Zuka, I love it so much. Okay, let's take him out. Man, I'm so much more powerful with my Earth buff right now. But really, what less would you expect now, right? So the only enemy you actually have to take down here is the big fella. Oh wow, I did not know that that attack did that. That is a good attack, I like this attack. Oh boy, but I don't like getting hit by attacks on the other hand. This is not good. Here I am thinking that that was going to be the berry, but with the crystal explosion thing with Bob attack instead for the moment being. Until I change it. Yes, Imaginator payload! Oh, that was a bit cool. Now that the big guy's down, we can get ourselves out here. Hopefully heal up with the awesomeness of that orb over there. Plus grab the treasure chest along the way, which always is a good measure. So we've leveled up, and we're collecting treasure too, because clearly level up alone was not reward enough. Okay, so let's pop through here because there's yet another secret area. This time it's going to offer us up a game of Creation Clash and a legendary selfie frame. Yes, hello there, Gloomshakes. Now, we're not going to bother switching out for tech here because it would be such a massive waste of time switching to tech and then switching back in as for the moment we get outside. So we're going to start things off here with Aurora. Let's go on ahead and take them with Airstrike. I'm going to use my weaker stones, save the more powerful stones for later in the game. Not bad juju. Anything but bad juju. You're giving me bad juju with all this juju. So we're going to use Ambush here. Yeah, baby. Okay, Pit Boss can take both of those stones, which is actually very much annoying. But luckily, this is what we have the Tide Pool here for, because what goes around comes around. Boom! Boom! Yeah, they played right into my hands for fool! And Mr. Cat was going to be taking Flarewolf no matter how Gloomshakes played it. So we win 6-3, or in a simplified ratio, 2-1. For every 2 stones on that board that were ours, Gloomshakes only had 1 because he is not good. He's not good at Creation Clash. As an NPC on the other hand, he is great. We love Gloomshakes as an NPC. There we go. Okay, I did that a lot easier than did in an amusement park. Goes to show how far concentration can take you. I actually concentrated and got a good result from it. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Plot twist of the century that Igknight actually concentrated on a video game and doing well as a result of said concentration. In fact, saying that that's plot twist of the century is an understatement. Okay, let's launch ourselves off again, or not. Yeah, this is real jank right now. A bit like the rest of the level, actually. Okay, that's more like it. We're out of the frying pan into the fire. But in this case, the fire includes level up orbs and a Sentinel Imaginator Soul Gem. So what we're going to do here is we're not even going to bother previewing this. Instead, after we've finished leveling up our Earth Bazooka there, we're going to place the Life Creation Crystal straight onto Portal of Power, because we know that the Sentinel Battle Class is going to be represented as a Life Imaginator, because that's the only element that hasn't yet been picked by a random name picker. So there's no point even going back to random name picker when there's only going to be one name in the circle for it to choose from. So we're going to switch over to Sentinel here, and now we're going to check out the Soul Gem preview.
Sentinel Imaginators are agile warriors who wield double-ended weapons.
Oh, this is going to be awesome. I am totally ready to create a life Sentinel. Let's create it. And then we're going to randomize its luck. We're going to see what kind of goofy monstrosity we get next. Yes, that is the plan area on, but it's very difficult to do when you're too busy talking instead. That is awesome! Okay, this is my new favourite randomised Imaginator yet. In fact, I might not even bother changing it upon this, because how do you improve upon perfection now, right? Ooh, there's 2 teleports here, so where does this top one lead to, is the question. Aw, oh, man, that's not where I wanted to go. That's boring and lame. Okay, at least that time we got flipped by the frying pan a lot more efficiently. So, here we go. Let's get this guy some treasure. Yeah, baby. Can we just jump straight back down? Yes, we can. And now we can hit the teleporter again. It's funny how I figured that the more hidden teleporter wouldn't be the one that would lead to the rewards. Of course, the more hidden teleporter is going to lead to the rewards. What else would it do? It would be a very useless hidden teleport if it didn't teleport you to rewards. Then again, this game is very random with its reward placement. Like, you get rewards in very easy to find places, and then the hardest most places to find don't reward you with anything. You wind up forgetting them and then failing on all areas found objectives, so I've been frustrated by that plenty enough times. Without further ado, let's bring out Master Shot in the Dark Starcast. Okay, all we need to do here is complete the puzzle. We aren't really concerned about defeating all the enemies, even though defeating the enemies would be fun. And there we go. Sweet! And now that having been said and done, let's get to the end here, where we are not going to be seeing what the Chaos Boss Fight has to offer, because we are saving that. Not for the finale of the base game, but instead for the grand finale of the series in its entirety. That series being, of course, the Imaginators Soul Seekers series. What other series would I be talking about, right? That is what you see before you, after all. Oh, and as for Kaos, because he has no element assigned to him, we can swap out for him whenever an element pops up that we have no representatives for, or we can swap out for him whenever senseis are stronger, given that Kaos is in fact a sensei. We could have even used him for Battlegong earlier, but we didn't. And so, as you can tell, we miserably failed the speedrun and no lives lost objective. But when we come back here for the grand finale, we can complete both of those objectives in one fell swoop before taking on Kaos himself. All of that will be wrapped up into one grand epic finale that will take place in, give or take, 20 weeks from now, because obviously this is a weekly series that will consist of roughly 50 episodes. So without further ado, I'm going to press the X button, and I will see you guys at the Imaginite chest collected from the end of the Chaos boss fight. See you there. So here we are with that final Imaginite chest that you obviously acquire from having defeated Chaos for the first time, and this is obviously all of the pieces for the Sentinel class, because these are the only ones in which we haven't yet discovered from all the previous base game levels. So we obviously get all these catchphrases, and then obviously the pieces from the Sentinel Doomlanders themselves. They don't get their own boss fight, and instead they're just kind of like incorporated into this one. It's really anticlimactic. Like, it really goes to emphasize the lack of effort put into these Doomlanders when they can just throw in a brand new one as a miniaturized version for a final Chaos boss fight. It's really lame and lackluster. You know, if they can do that amongst all the other 9 in their utmost lamest forms, then yes, they weren't that good to begin with, were they? Is the point I'm trying to make. So we're going to fire ourselves off, because obviously we skipped over that unnecessary deeps 2 as fast as ASAP by utilising the best button in a video game, the skip button. By ASAP I mean, you know, as soon as possible, as soon as the loading screen is over and done with. So I suppose it's not ASAP, it's as soon as the loading screen is done with. I can't even, like, put that into an acronym, I believe the word is right there. So I'll just put it on screen instead, what the acronym is, rather than having to put too much strain on my brain right now, which is already mashed potatoes. So let's see what the Imaginite Vault has to offer here. Obviously we got a gift from Pit Boss, because having placed his legendary version onto the portal, not only did we increase the level cap of our Imaginators, but we earned a gift from Pit Boss, one which we had already earned, so we duplicated its stats from for the first time, or compared to the first time I should say. So compared to the first time we had the gear, we have duplicated stats by comparison to what its stats were originally. Why am I over-explaining this? I don't even need to put emphasis on all of this already, because we already had enough things in this episode that are about reinforcing and emphasizing certain things. I don't need to put emphasis on the thing I am currently repeating, which is emphasis in and of itself. So I suppose that's repetitionception, because that is the point of repetition. Put emphasis on the very thing you are repeating, might I repeat. So, that is an odd name for a head. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. But this tree set is the last of the Imaginite creation crystal sets we had to collect. So at long last, all of these creation crystal sets have been complete. Yes, we got some moose antlers, which is pretty cool. So now here comes the level stars from the lab Kaos, most obviously, including a rainbow tail, which is epic. And then our victory over Kaos here grants us 2 ultimate pieces of gear. We got some superior hair from obviously Super Saiyan Kaos himself. A reveal, which we're teasing it now. We get to see it in full force for the grand finale of the series. We have that to look forward to. We've teased upon it, and later we'll be able to execute upon it fully. Not that everyone watching this video doesn't already know about Super Saiyan Kaos, but, you know, in case you don't, it's going to be one hell of a surprise to say the least. So now we're going to head into the academy, where we have some unique objectives to do, involving the Hall of Selfies, now that we've collected every single legendary selfie frame in the game. I did not know that Master Camouflage showed up here. That is an interesting detail. So yes, here we are. Eon is going to explain about the Hall of Selfies. So we can basically, with our legendary selfie frames, place them into the corresponding battle class frames. From there, it will increase the stats of every character within that battle class after we've placed selfies of characters from those battle classes inside those legendary selfie frames. So pretty much what Eon just explained to us right now. We over-explained it at that, over Eon's explaining. It's like explaining Inception right there. And we all know that that's comedy gold, because adding the word Inception to the end of something makes things instantaneous comedy gold, don't you know? That is so Flameslinger. That silhouette is not even trying to hide the fact that that is so clearly Flameslinger. Okay, here we go. This is a whole lot of legendary selfie frames right now. There's the Sentinel one loading in. And then obviously all of these ones with arrows are for the selfies of corresponding battle classes. So it does mean that a few of these battle classes don't yet have selfies for themselves. So that is also what we're going to change whilst we're here in the Hall of Selfies. So let's start with the Sorcerer class, where we have Pit Boss. So to honour our fallen comrade, we're going to place the selfie into the frame. Then we have 2 for Starcast here, but the much cooler one is the shoulder. Everyone knows that Starcast shoulder is the most superior shoulder in gaming. And that's really saying something, because that, my friends, is long and rich history. So we either get Swordy Chin or the back of Ambush. I think I would way rather prefer Ambush's backside, to be honest. Anyway, we only have 1 for Tide Pool, which means we get to show off her guns in all of their glory. That's fantastic. Then for Aurora, we have not even Aurora, because we're too busy focusing that selfie on the Chompy instead. And here's the selfie we literally just took in the video about 2 or so minutes ago. There's what Starstrike looks like with a bird as a chin. It's a pretty glorious chin that Shroom Moon possesses. Then our Earth Bazooka, once again, not even in frame. We're too busy focusing on the shark, which is way cooler. Anyway, as you can tell, we're getting attack buffs, but they're, well, you can't actually tell because they're happening in the top right-hand corner, which is blocked by the graphic for the Soul Seeker series, with all the souls we've seeked out. But regardless, since we need a selfie with a Smasher and a Bowslinger, let's start by placing Painata onto the portal. Oh yeah, it's party time. Actually, that's not his catchphrase at all. That's Fiesta's catchphrase, I believe. Anyway, let's go on ahead and take one with your boy here. Let's jump instead. Yes, that's more like it. He's right in front of his selfie frame. If we hadn't yet collected the trophy, then this would have been a trophy as part of the game, because a trophy in Imaginators is to take a selfie in the Legendary Hall of Selfies for the sake of the comedic value of having a selfie with all the selfies. That's selfieception right there, and as we've already established, add inception to the end of anything makes it instantaneously 10 million times more hilarious, because that's just how wordception works. So now we need one for the Bowslinger class, so we're going to bring in Wolfgang for this. Oh yeah, let there be rock, alright? So now I just need to think of the utmost creative thing that I can do with a selfie here. Oh, is that undead symbol going to stay on the ground? Yes, yes it is. Just not with a good enough angle. Actually, that will do. That's creative enough for me. It's like all of my other selfies here. One of the selfies of all time. That's what it is. Yes, we have one of the selfies of all time. We love to see it. And now we have a selfie in every single one of the battle class spots. It actually looks kind of glorious from back here, I'm not going to lie. So this means let's go on ahead and check upon our game progress, because we have bonus goals we can collect upon. So first of all, we have defeated all of the Doomlanders, we have won enough Creation Clash games, we have collected legendary selfie frames, we have displayed selfies in the Hall of Selfies, we've even created Imaginators of every single battle class at this point, meaning that we have completed every single objective here, except for the one revolving around unique sensei shrines. We're only 3 short of those, but as we go through a nightmare mode, we are going to be accessing every single shrine with every single sensei, except Pit Boss, who's now unfortunately been defeated, so he's classified as dead and can't be used throughout the remainder of the series. So with his, obviously it doesn't even matter all too much that we can't access this shrine a second time, because we've done it once already, but every other sensei, the moment we get to their respective sensei shrines, we will be tackling them to earn those Imaginite parts that we need for 100% completion. But enough of my rambling, let's get out of here and head back to MAP, where what we're going to do is, after we've concluded this episode, in the next episode, as we've unlocked Nightmare Mode, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be playing through Nightmare Mode on an alternate save file, and then once we've completed that and earned for necessary rewards as the unique completion of Nightmare Mode. In other words, those specific Imaginite pieces can only be acquired by completing Nightmare Mode. There's no other ways of collecting them. So once those have been gathered, we can jump back into this main save file and finish up 100% completion of the game. But obviously we need to complete Nightmare Mode first, and as we're going through those levels, tackling them in obviously for linear order, since we've seeked out the soul of every single sensei, we can then take advantage and have every single sensei tackle every respective sensei shrine along the way. It's all quite self-explanatory, so why I'm continuing to over-explain it is beyond me. Ooh, some earmuffs, that's pretty cool. So yes, we're going to get some new headgear at that. The Koofy cap, that's something fun to say. Try and say that 5 times faster. A starfish friend. It's not just a friend, it's a best friend. I have a new friend, to quote In-Betweeners. So here we are with our final Imaginite chest of the episode. So now that these combat shoulder armors have been acquired, we're going to go on ahead and roll the outro without further ado. I cannot, in good conscience, end off this video without first thanking all of my incredible channel members whose continued support help make these videos possible. Without them, these videos would be near impossible to make, so from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate every last one of them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, there are plenty of options on screen now to explore, and please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. On that note, this video is coming to an end, so thank you so much as always for watching. Until the next video arises, peace!